Abe Carver's past is no longer staying in the past, and now Paulina Price may be forced into the most uncomfortable conversation of her marriage. On Tuesday's Days of Our Lives spoilers, the emotional center of Salem shifts back to Abe, Paulina, and Lexie Carver. And this is not just a simple shock return story anymore. This is about love, loyalty, old history, and the painful question no one wants to answer too quickly. What happens when the woman Abe once loved is suddenly back in his world? And what happens when his current wife has to face her directly? That is the pressure building in this DOOL spoilers update, because Paulina is about to get news that catches her completely off guard. Lexie wants to meet with her. And from the sound of it, this does not feel like a polite little request. It feels more like something Lexie needs immediately, because she has already seen the ring. She already knows Abe remarried while she was gone, and now she wants answers. That alone puts Paulina in a brutal emotional position. Paulina did not steal Abe from Lexie. She did not know Lexie would return. She built a life with Abe in the reality she had. But Salem never makes love that simple, because now Lexie is alive again, Abe is caught between two emotional worlds, and Paulina may have to defend a marriage that was never supposed to be questioned this way. For Abe, this situation is just as complicated. Days spoilers say Abe will seek out EJ DiMera and make an admission. EJ is going to be caught by surprise when Abe comes to him, because Abe has had time to process the unbelievable news of Lexie's resurrection. At first, Abe was shocked, and honestly, how could he not be? Lexie was not just some person from his past, she was a major love in his life. She was tied to his heart, his family, and his deepest memories. So when someone like Lexie comes back, it does not just reopen one chapter, it shakes the whole book. But after sitting with that shock, Abe now wants to thank EJ for bringing Lexie back. That moment says a lot about Abe. He may be overwhelmed, he may be emotionally conflicted, he may not know where all of this is going yet. But he is still Abe Carver. He is still a man who leads with decency. Even in confusion, he can recognize that Lexie's return is something powerful, something personal, something he cannot ignore. And that is where the tension becomes so painful. Because gratitude toward EJ does not erase Paulina's position. It does not erase Abe's marriage. It does not erase the fact that Paulina is now standing in a storm she never asked for. Paulina getting Lexie's request is the kind of spoiler that feels small on paper, but huge emotionally. Because once these two women are in the same orbit, everything Abe has been trying to process becomes real. Lexie is not just a miracle, she is not just a memory brought back to life, she is now a presence in Abe and Paulina's marriage. And Paulina is not the type to quietly disappear into the background. That is why this upcoming meeting matters. Paulina has fire, she has pride, she loves Abe, and when she feels threatened, surprised, or cornered, she reacts with her whole heart. But this situation is not easy, because Lexie is not being presented as a villain here. Lexie is also dealing with a life that moved on without her. She came back and discovered Abe has a new wife. That would shake anyone. So the real drama is not about one woman being right and the other being wrong. It is about two women facing the same impossible truth from opposite sides. Paulina has the ring now, Lexie has the history, Abe has the emotional burden of both. And that is exactly the kind of triangle Days of Our Lives knows how to stretch into something deeply messy, deeply personal, and very Salem. Meanwhile, the spoilers also bring Alex Kiriakis and Stephanie Kiriakis back into focus. After their recent tension, Alex and Stephanie are expected to reconnect and patch things up. Their conflict has been tied to Stephanie's hesitation around the idea of being a stepmom, and that hesitation is important. Stephanie may care about Alex, she may want things between them to work, but that does not mean she can instantly step into a family role she is not ready for. Being honest about that does not make her cold, it makes her realistic. Still, Tuesday's Days spoilers suggest Stephanie may soften her stance a little. She may admit that she is not ready right now, but she is not completely closing the door forever. That is a meaningful emotional shift. Alex wants Stephanie to have a more proper introduction to Lexie Kiriakis, and Stephanie may decide to get on board with that idea. Not because everything is suddenly easy, not because all doubts disappear, but because relationships move forward when people stop avoiding the hard parts. For Alex, this is about more than romance. He has responsibilities now. He has a co-parenting situation with Joy Wesley. He has a child in the picture. So if Stephanie is going to remain part of his life, she has to understand what that means. And for Stephanie, the question becomes simple but heavy. Can she love Alex while accepting the changes that come with his life now? That is the emotional weight behind their reconciliation. It is not just about making up, it is about whether their relationship can survive the reality around them. Joy Wesley's story also continues on Tuesday, and her scenes bring a softer but still important layer to the episode. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Joy will have a catch-up session with Philip. This makes sense because Philip has a connection to Joy's family through her sister, Chloe Lane. Since Philip and Chloe share a romantic history, Philip cares about Joy and wants to see how she is doing. That gives Joy a chance to open up about her new life as a mother and her co-parenting arrangement with Alex. This is one of those moments that may not have the explosive shock of Lexie and Paulina, but it still matters. Joy is adjusting to a huge new chapter. A baby changes everything. Co-parenting changes everything. And when Alex is also trying to keep his relationship with Stephanie steady, Joy's role in the story creates quiet tension all around. Philip meeting Joy's baby also adds a human touch to the drama. It reminds viewers that behind all the romantic complications and emotional uncertainty, there is a child at the center of this new arrangement. That means every choice Alex, Joy, and Stephanie make carries more weight. It is not just about jealousy or awkward conversations. It is about whether these adults can create something stable around a situation that is still fresh and complicated. And that is why Stephanie's hesitation connects directly to Joy's story. Stephanie is not just reacting to an idea. She is reacting to a real child, a real co-parenting bond, and a future that may look very different from what she expected. For Alex, that creates pressure from every direction. He wants Stephanie to understand. He wants his new family responsibilities respected. And he may also want peace with Joy as they figure out how to raise their baby together. But peace in Salem never comes without emotional cost. Elsewhere, Theo Carver will confide in Gabi Hernandez, and this part of the story brings the Lexie shock into another emotional corner. Theo has been dealing with a lot, and the situation with Lexie has left his head spinning. That reaction feels completely believable. Lexie's return does not just affect Abe, it affects Theo too. This is his mother. This is a piece of his heart and history suddenly back in front of him. No matter how miraculous that may feel, it would still be overwhelming. Happiness, confusion, fear, hope, and disbelief can all exist at the same time. So Theo leaning on Gabi gives him someone to talk to while his world feels unstable. Days spoilers say Theo and Gabi's bond will grow stronger, and the source leaves open the possibility that their friendship could turn romantic somewhere down the line. That is not confirmed as a sure thing, but it is clearly something the show may be building toward. For now, the important part is trust. Theo needs someone steady. Gabi becomes that person in this moment. And when characters share emotional vulnerability in Salem, it often changes the shape of their connection. Still, the main storm remains around Abe, Paulina, and Lexie, because Theo may be trying to process the return of his mother. Abe may be trying to show gratitude to EJ, but Paulina is the one about to face the woman whose presence could shake her marriage at its foundation. And Paulina's shock is understandable. She married Abe. She built a life with him. Now Lexie's return forces everyone to revisit a love story that was supposed to be part of the past. That does not mean Abe's feelings for Paulina are false. It does not mean Lexie is wrong to want answers. It means this is emotionally dangerous territory, because everyone involved has something real to lose. Abe's thank you to EJ may be sincere, but it also reminds viewers of how complicated EJ's role is. EJ helped bring Lexie back, and Abe is grateful for that. But bringing someone back into Salem does not only restore a life, it can disturb every life connected to that person. That is the consequence hanging over this Days of Our Lives update. Lexie wants to talk. Paulina is shocked. Abe is grateful, but also trapped in a situation that could test his heart in ways he never expected. And the most interesting part is that no one has to be cruel for this to hurt. Paulina can be protective of her marriage. Lexie can want clarity. Abe can feel gratitude and confusion. Theo can feel overwhelmed. Every reaction makes sense, which is why the drama lands harder. That is what makes Tuesday's DOOL spoilers feel so emotionally charged. The episode is not just setting up confrontations, it is setting up conversations that could expose fear, insecurity, loyalty, and heartbreak. Will Paulina stand her ground when Lexie demands answers? Will Abe be able to honor his past without damaging his present? And when Lexie and Paulina finally face each other, will this become a moment of understanding or the beginning of a much deeper emotional battle? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for daily Days of Our Lives spoilers, recaps, and updates.